Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Keto Granny. How are you doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Start of a new week. Start of a new week for all of us. Have you got your plan together? What are you planning to do for this week? Are you doing tweaking to your diet? Today, I'm going to be talking about how to stay active when you're overweight and obese. And I thought this was a good subject to talk about because a lot of times when you are obese, and when I'm talking about obese, I'm talking about the size that I was, like weighing over 300 pounds, over 350 pounds, close to 400 pounds, or if you're over 400 pounds, how can you actually stay active? When you're that obese, what can you really do to help you start getting healthier? This was something that I thought a lot about when I first started off on my weight loss journey because I was so big, it was so difficult. You're probably gonna hear my phone a lot in the background because I have it sitting here and I haven't turned it off. But good morning, sis, how are you doing? Good morning, Keto Granny and chat. I'm so glad that you are here. Good morning. Thank you for anyone who is joining me this morning. But it was so hard and so difficult for me to get around. Um, just getting out of the bed. If you watch a lot of my videos, you'll see one of my introductions where I'm actually sitting in the bed. I'm sitting on the side of the bed. If you examine that picture really close, you'll see that I was on a walker at that time. I really had to use a walker to get around, to walk. My knees and everything hurt so bad. Um, and I tell you, I can tell when I start gaining weight back, those are some of the issues that start happening to me again. And I remember how I felt back then, and I don't want to feel like that again. So that helps me to stay on point, to stay focused, um, to know that I don't want to get like that again. So, what are some of the things that you can do when you are really obese and you want to start, exercising or getting healthier? And just say you haven't been exercising in a very long time. How can you actually get started to doing this? Starting an exercise routine when you weigh anywhere from 350 pounds, 400 pounds, and up is very challenging. It's very challenging for a person to do. Um, but it's necessary. It's something that you have to do. It's very essential that you do start moving your body and start trying to get healthier. It's very important if you want to extend your life longer, if you want to live a quality lifestyle, you have to start incorporating these things into your life. I'm going to talk about a few things that you can do, to start moving or start, you know, getting your body ready to move. If you haven't exercised in a long time, you may just need to sit up on the side of the bed. And I don't mean that being funny or anything, but you may just have to sit up on the side of the bed for a while and sit there. Do some leg lifts. You can do some exercises as you are sitting on the side of your bed. You can do leg lifts. Those were things that I did. I did leg lifts. You can use your weights as you are in the bed. You can do some stretching exercises. Now, if you're really big and you can't move that much, you can do things like leg lifts. You can lay on your side in the bed and try to do like side lifts. But either way, you have to start moving your body. One of the easiest exercises that I did was walking. Number one is walking. That is going to be the easiest exercise that you can do. And some of you may be heavy enough that you feel like that is not going to be the easiest exercise that you can do. It's going to be very difficult for you to start. But like I said, it's essential. And sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do in order to get something that you really want to achieve. Begin with walking. It's very, very low impact, and you can do it anywhere. You can walk almost anywhere. If you haven't walked a long time and you don't want to go outside, walk around your house. Walk around the living room. Take your time and just walk through the house. Reacquaint yourself with the home. Reacquaint yourself with, you know, different things. But add in some walking. Walking can be very, very beneficial for you. It's going to get your heart pumping. And like I said, you're going to get some movement in. When I first started out, I started off with very, very short walks. I left the house and I thought that I could actually, walk a little ways, quite a ways, but I only walked 1 block and I was completely out of breath. You have to remember I weighed 368 pounds at that time. I walked far enough to sit on a bench, and I sat there on that bench. It probably took me about 20 or 30 minutes to get my breath back really, really good before I could start walking again. And when it was time to start walking again, I turned right around and I went back home. When I got back home, they asked me, they said, "Oh, how far did you walk? How far did you go?" I told them the truth. I said, I went over and I sat over there on the bench. And I sat there for 30 minutes because I could not go any further when I first started walking. It took a short walk, and that short walk got a little longer and a little longer the next time until I was able to eventually walk that whole path. And that whole path had to be at least 2 miles, probably one way. And it probably was longer than that. I walked 2 miles one way and maybe come back and walk another mile the other way. But it took me a while to get to that. But I started off with a short walk. And I added a little bit more to that each and every day until I was able to walk a little further. You don't have to try to walk a long distance when you first start walking. Do what you can do. Do it at your pace. It's not a race. You've always heard me say that when I first started my weight loss journey, because for me, it couldn't be a race with anyone. It was a race with myself to get healthier. That was the only race that I was on. So like I said, start with walking. Start with short walks and increase those and increase the intensity. When I mean increase the intensity, start adding in where you're starting to go up some hills. That's one thing that I did like about the path that I did decide to walk. There was an area that went uphill, there was an area that went downhill. So if I wanted to go uphill, I would go in that direction. If I wanted to go downhill more and have more of a steeper path coming back up, then I'd go in the opposite direction. But like I said, walking is something that is very, very easy to do. Start with short walks. If you're at work, start taking walks on your breaks. I started at work taking walks with some of my friends on our lunch breaks. And we would walk up the hill and around the park by a place that we worked at in Seattle. And then we would come back. So you can work in walking into your schedule if you want to. And I advise you to do that. If you're going to the grocery store, if you're going to the doctor's office, park a little bit further away and just add in a few more steps, to get where you're going. That's going to help you with your step count, and also it's going to give you more walking time. Another thing that you can do is water workouts. Um, Add in some water workouts. With that, I mean join the YMCA or, go swimming. But find somewhere that you can do some water workouts. Add in some water aerobics, some swimming, just getting in the water and moving your body. That is very, very good for you. That reduces stress on your joints while you're exercising. And also, it provides some full body resistance. It gives you like a full body workout if you're in the water and you're moving. And these are things that you can find relaxing to yourself. Just being in the water and exercising and just moving, floating if you want to. But anyhow, water workouts can be so much fun. And you can add in things where you're under the water and you're exercising your arms. Hold on to the side and just move your feet, paddle. But all of this is exercise. And it's something that you can do if you're very, very overweight and very obese. These are the type of exercises that I did when I first started exercising. Now, if you're over the age, well, if you have Medicare, I'm just going to say, you can join Silver Sneakers, and it doesn't cost you anything. You can join a gym, and it doesn't cost you anything. Right now, I'm have a membership at Planet Fitness, but I want to find somewhere closer to me that has a swimming pool that I can get in and do some water resistant exercises. And I have found a place that's close to me, um, and I may go ahead and try that out. But they have a lot of water sports there, and I'm not really used to doing a lot of water sports, so that kind of find that kind of I don't want to say frightening to myself, but I think that I'm going to go over and check out the facility. Excuse me, to see how it is, because I do want to add in more water aerobics for myself and some, especially since being here in Oklahoma, it is just so hot and so humid sometimes, and I can just go down and get in the swimming pool and exercise and relax and enjoy myself. Another thing that I use that I found very, very helpful, and which I feel would be very helpful to someone, like I said, who was very obese. I weighed 368 starting out on my journey, and I had a stationary bicycle. That stationary bicycle helped me so much. Whenever I was just sitting and watching TV, I had nothing to do. I could go get on my stationary bicycle and actually work out. That helped so much. So consider getting you a stationary bicycle. I'm looking for one. I'm looking on OfferUp. I'm looking up on things like Craigslist, and they have others called Let's Go and different stuff like that. But I am looking to find myself a stationary bike. A stationary bike is gentle on your joints and allows you to control the intensity of the workout. You can adjust the workout to what you want and need to do. You can focus on, I don't want to say, you can focus on the intensity of the workout. If you want to make it easy, you can do that. If you want to make it hard, where you're really, putting the work in, you can do that with your exercise bicycle. But a stationary bicycle, wow, it will help you a lot if you can find a stationary bicycle. Also, a used treadmill. I had a used treadmill that I invested in also. I got that from a garage sale. It didn't cost me a lot. I've been looking for one of those here, but I haven't been able to find one yet. But having a treadmill at home, that will help you also. This is not something that's necessary because, like I said, you can just walk through the house. I did that a lot, just walking from room to room, just constantly doing that, just for about 20 or 30 minutes sometimes, helping me get my steps in, but also just helping me get my exercise in also. The treadmill, having a treadmill, if you can find a treadmill, you can get treadmills that fold up. You can get the compact ones, but get a treadmill that you're going to be comfortable on, and that's going to vibe with your weight. Let me say that. You don't want to get a treadmill that you're walking on and it's straining. No, get a treadmill because they have some that are foldable from Amazon and some that are kind of the cheaper ones. You don't need a treadmill like that if you weigh 300 or 400 pounds. You got to get a good treadmill. Get you a treadmill that you can use, and having that treadmill is going to make a lot of difference also for you. But those are some things that you can do if you are obese and you are wanting to start exercising and you find it difficult to do. You can do chair exercises. A lot of times when I'm sitting right here in this chair, you can do chair exercises. You can do leg lifts. You can do arm circles. You can do marching in the chair as you're sitting. There are a lot of things that you can do as far as chair exercises also while you are wanting to get healthier. You can also go to the gym, and they have chairs or different places that you can sit and do exercises there also. Here by my desk, I have my resistance band, and this resistance band, I was using it last to do some, put them on my feet and then walk out stretching and doing squats. But I can let this loose and take it, and I can do overhead exercises also. So stretching bands are something that you can use that come in very, very handy. Resistance bands, they help you with your exercise and stuff also, but use these also as you're sitting down. You can use your resistance bands. These will help you as far as your exercise and everything also. You can take this loose. You can use it a lot of different ways. Also here at my desk, I have different size weights, and I can also sit here while I'm editing or doing different things, maybe even making a video, and I can actually use my weights. Now these are 5 pound weights, but I have different ones that I have here sitting by my desk. These are my 5 pound weights, and I'll sit here and use these. You can find you some weights from a garage sale. Find you weights at online offer up. This is where I got these from, and I think I paid like $15, and I got like 6 sets of weights, 5 pounds. I didn't get any real heavy ones, and that's what I wanted. I'm looking for a weight set because my weight set is in Seattle and it's still in storage. But as you're doing your exercises also, sometimes I'll sit here and I'll look at videos and to make sure that I am doing my exercises right, because you want to make sure that you are exercising right. You don't want to cause more injury or cause injury to yourself as you are exercising. But like I said, I have my 5 pound weights here. Also, I have my 2 pound weights. I have a torn rotator cuff on this side, so sometimes I'll use the lighter weights, but then I like to use the heavier weights because I'm getting more resistance. But these are my 2 pound weights here. Yeah, there's my two. These are my 2 pound weights. And like I said, you can have all of these things by your chair, by your bed, if that's where you're at and you can't move. And you can use these things to help you exercise. I also have this is a 10 pounder weight. And I use this a lot when I'm doing my squats or exercises sitting in my chair that I can, pump with. But this comes in handy also for different things that I can do sitting in my chair using my weights. And right now I'm concentrating a lot on my arms and on my upper back because the way I lose weight, everything kind of comes down, it goes to the front, and then from there it kind of melts away, and then I have that flap there. So I'm trying to make sure that this time, the first time that I exercised and everything, when I lost that 100 pounds, really easy. Here's another little weight that I have, and this is a 2 pounder too. But I have a lot of the little things right here that I can use that help me as I am on my weight loss journey and as I'm trying to get more tone. So you can do chair exercises, and like I just showed you, you can do some strength training also. Strength training, incorporate strength training using your resistance bands or some light weights, which I just showed you that I use. So that is 5 things that you can incorporate into every day, to help you stay active when you're overweight and you are obese. Let me review those 5 things again real quick. That's walking, water workouts, having a stationary bike, a treadmill, that's actually 16, chair exercises, and strength training. You can do all of this um, at your convenience. It's something that you can do in a chair. It's something that you can do gradually. And like I said, do it at your pace. But there's also some other things that you can do, creative things that you can do um, to help you with your movement and your daily routine normally. And that's like I told you, doing house laps. This says take a few tours around your home, but just walk around, reacquaint yourself. Walk from the front room to the living room, to the bedroom, to the bathroom, back through the living room to the kitchen. Walk outside if you have to, through the garage. But you can do house laps. That's a creative way to get some steps in and also to help you with your exercise. I like to sometimes dance as I am cooking. You can do this, just add in some movement. Put a little music on while you're cooking. Put a little music on while you're cooking and dance with it. Put a little movement into it. This is going to give you some more steps also. Now, gardening, if you're a person who likes to be outside, now this is something that I want to do. My husband went out and cut the backyard this morning. I would love to have a garden. If you have a garden, you can get a lot of exercise in with a garden because you're going to be doing bending, lifting, stretching. Tending to the plants in the garden is great exercise because it involves a lot of movement. That's why you'll see people, they say, I started my weight loss journey, and the first thing a lot of them talk about is they started a garden. Because if you have a garden, you're going to have to get out there on a daily basis. You're going to have to be weeding your garden. You're going to have to be, looking for the insects, cleaning off your vegetables or whatever. But gardening is something very, very good to get into. And it's a creative way to get some exercise in. Also, while you are sitting in your chair, you can do some leg extensions. You can do ankle and foot stretching, rotate your ankles, flex your feet. This is a great way to get in some exercise too. And sometimes it can actually feel very, very good to you while you are doing it because we stand on the feet almost all the time. We're using our feet. So very, very good to do is to stretch and flex your ankles and your feet. And you can do this while you're sitting in your chair or anywhere like that. Another way also that you could get some steps in or exercise in, if you work in the office, have a meeting, do a stand up meeting. And by what I mean by that is you're standing up and constantly moving. I have a habit of when I was doing my seminars in Seattle or presentations of as I'm talking, I'm walking. As I'm talking, I'm moving. These things will help you get your steps in also, and it's a very creative way to actually still be getting some exercise. Cleaning, vacuuming, sweeping, washing, dusting. All of this involves different parts of movement for your body. Use these things for exercise. Like I say, put on a little music, do your cleaning, and you can get a lot more steps in. Plus, it'll be a little bit more enjoyable. At least it is for me when I'm doing that. Challenge yourself at home. Turn some of the things that you're doing, some of your tasks, turn them into like mini workouts. Sometimes, for example, as you're brushing your teeth, it says do calves, stretch your calves. Sometimes when I'm waiting in the kitchen for my food cooking, I'm doing my meal preps. I'm in there exercising. I'm doing some squats. I'm doing some arm circles. I'm moving some part of my body. You can do this too. And this, it's a way to get exercise. It's a way to keep your body moving and keep yourself active. Also, now, when you weigh over 400 pounds or close to 400 pounds, it's also very important that you choose the right diet for yourself. When I first started out, like I I said, I started out 368 pounds. I didn't know what I was doing when I first started off. I just know I wanted to live a little longer. I was having a lot of heart issues. My body hurt all the time, full of inflammation and everything. And I just knew that I wanted to feel better. I wanted to be around for my grandchildren, and I wanted to live a better quality life because my quality of life just really stuck at that time. So choosing the right diet is crucial for your health and your weight loss journey. And that may take trial and error before you actually find the diet that works for you. I started first by taking sugar out of my diet. I just started trying to avoid things that I had ate that I was used to eating that had a lot of sugar in it. I stopped going to eat out a lot. I stopped going to fast food places a lot. I didn't stop all at once. That took a while because, like I said, you build up these bad habits over years, and it's going to take you a while, to get past those bad habits. It's not something that you do overnight. Some effective things that can possibly help you as you are choosing your diet: high protein meals. Start your day with a high protein meal. This is really, really going to help you through the day, and make sure that you have some fat in there. I'm still one that still, you got to have some fat in there. This is going to help you feel satiated. This is going to help take you between your meals. But you can get this through the meats that you eat. Now, I have a high protein snack that I've added into my diet on a daily basis. Haven't had it for today. As a matter of fact, when I get through with this live, I'm going to go ahead and have my protein snack for today before we get ready to leave. Um, Also, it's going to help you if you take a picture of the foods that you eat, start like a food diary. Um, what you can do with that, you can use this to help track what you're eating, but also this can help you learn the amounts of food that you need to eat. If you look back, say you look in your phone and you say, oh, this morning it looks like I overate, add up your calories you can adjust it out for that evening if you have photos and you're keeping a food diary. So you can use a food diary in many, many ways to help you stay on point and to stay focused on your weight loss journey. It can help you be more mindful of the choices that you are making. You can say, maybe for instance, during one week that you didn't lose very much weight or you gained. Looking back at what you ate during that week, that can tell you a lot. And that can also help you make some really good changes in your diet to make sure that you're eating toward reaching your goal. Also, it's good to add in an app like MyFitnessPal or something that can track the foods that you're eating. Um, and also, when you're shopping, plan your meals. Make yourself a grocery list. And one thing I want to say, when I first started, everybody was going to Costco. They kept talking about Costco. Go to Costco. Costco has all these keto foods. Costco has that. But you have to remember, if you're the only person at home that's on a weight loss journey, you don't have to buy food in bulk. I did that at first, and I wasted a lot of food when I first started off on the ketogenic diet. But you don't have to go and buy food in bulk. Just buy normal amounts for you that you normally eat, but buy foods that are friendly to whatever weight loss plan that you are using. Anyhow, this was just a quick live. I want to thank you all for stopping by to listen to me during my live today. But I hope I've given you some good information, shared with you things that have worked for me. And like I said, a lot of times people who are very, very obese, 300 pounds or over 400 pounds and more, it's very, very difficult for them to think of exercises to do, or how to add exercise into their journey. But it can be done. It's something that's very, very essential, and it's something that you must do if you want to be successful. Find a diet that's going to work for you, and then add in you some exercise and move that body. Moving that body is so important. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to go move this body, get me some steps in for today, And you all stay blessed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.